Okay, today we're going to be talking about Newcastle versus Southampton, obviously the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Now, obviously, Newcastle coming into the game with the 1-0 lead that they took at St Mary's. And we have to go to St James's Park and turn it around. Not exactly what we wanted, especially after that performance. I mean, neither team were exactly excellent, a bit sluggish both in and out of possession, loose touches, loose passes, everything basically. And some poor misses from Joelinton and I guess Adams as well. More Joelinton though. But yeah, I mean, looking forward into the game, especially that first leg, you're thinking at home, we need a result here. You know, if we get a result here, we can go away there and take something with us and just hold on basically, right? And try and nick a goal maybe on a counter. But now we're going there and we're losing. It's just an uphill battle. It really is. I mean, we're not excellent. We haven't played well. We haven't been setting teams on alight and destroying them or anything like that. We've been pretty poor. I mean, we played Blackpool a few days ago. Arguably, it wasn't obviously the strongest team, but it was a pretty decently good team. Like, it wasn't exactly complete 11 changes. Got random players, youngsters playing. It was a pretty strong team, and we were pretty bad. So it doesn't fill me with much hope. Obviously, a win's a win sort of thing, but when you're in this position for us, it's sort of like we don't have the performances to just win games consecutively or constantly. We don't have that. So we need to get the performances so we can earn ourselves a point or 3 points. Because most of the time in the Premier League, if you don't play well, you don't get points. It's as simple as that. And we're not playing well, so we're not being getting points. But when it comes to this game, going to St James's Park, as I said, it's going to be a bitch. And I don't see it being a sluggish affair. I see Newcastle really turning up. I think they're going to be a lot better at St James's Park. I think coming back to St James's Park with a lead, 1 foot into the final, God knows how many fucking fans behind them. I think they're going to blitz us, to be honest. I don't see us doing much. Obviously, in the first league, Chams misses a big chance, which is it's comical now how constant that is. Like before, in previous seasons, you'd be like, oh, Chams misses, he misses, blah, 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 right? And you'd be like, how the fuck has he missed that? But then he'd normally score sometimes. And now it's just like, he just misses. Like, he doesn't even score anymore. I mean, he got a good brace against Leicester at the start of the season, and he's just shit. Yeah. So it's a little bit worrying when our star striker can't score. And that's down to, I guess, the board at the end of the day. We've needed a striker for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, 2 fucking years. I mean, as soon as Danny Ings left, we never really replaced him. Adams, obviously, is a good striker, in my opinion, but not a clinical striker. He's not going to get you 15, 20 goals in all comps in a season. But he's a workhorse. He will create. He'll hold up play. But we just need that striker, and I don't understand. Like, I get it. It's not easy to get, right? It's not easy to get a good striker, fine. But you have to get a striker. With what we have right now, we're doing shit, right? We don't have the players. So then what? Are you not going to risk signing someone for our Premier League safety? You're not going to do that. That makes no sense. He could come in and actually be good. Who knows? He could provide something different. But the board refuses. They're just going to go, we're going to find the perfect guy. The perfect guy doesn't exist for us. I'm sorry. We're not going to find a guy under 20 mil who's going to give us 15 goals. That's not going to happen. You just have to go with someone that maybe we can develop into a better striker. That's all we can do. But it is funny though, we're happy to attempt to spend 40 mil on Gakpo in the summer. But then when it comes to January, no funds. Let's buy a winger. Brilliant. Yeah, so that's our main concern. But I just don't see us scoring against Newcastle. I just really don't. I think the first half will be... I think it'll be an intense first 45 minutes. I think it'll probably go 0 at the break sort of thing. And I think second half Newcastle will blitz us. I think as soon as that first goal goes in for Newcastle, it's done. We'll get blitzed probably 3 or 4. Because obviously it's a cup semi-final. There's nothing else to play for. You win the game or you lose the game, so you just go for it, right? If you're losing, you go for it. Last 45 minutes down 1 or 2-0, you just go for it and hope that your team can turn around. And then that opens for Newcastle to destroy us on the counter. I mean, Newcastle cut through us pretty easily in the first leg. We were probably a little bit lucky with how poor they were in the final third. I don't think that will be the case in this game. Defensively, we will always concede. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We will always give chances. We will always concede. Just like against Blackpool, they had 2 chances that they should never had. And we're probably lucky that we won that game, really. But it's just our defence switches off for no reason. And our attack can't shoot, makes the wrong decisions. Yeah, it's a bit of a web. And I'm a bit confused about Jones as well. The team he put out against Blackpool is confusing, man. Lavia has to start against Newcastle. Edozie has to start against Newcastle. Why are they starting against Blackpool and playing like 80 minutes, 90 minutes? Like, I don't get that. 60 minutes of Lavia against Newcastle is better than anyone else in that position. Even 45 minutes. I don't get that decision. And obviously, you know, I complain about not playing youngsters because that's the whole fucking point of the FA Cup is to get the youngsters some experience. But it is what it is, I guess, at that point. But yeah, predictions-wise, I'm thinking I'm really not optimistic or hopeful for this game. I'm going 3-0 Newcastle. I think it's, as I said, close first half, second half, I think Newcastle will get a goal and they'll be done. You know, they'll score a couple more just to rub it in. And then it'll be a Newcastle United final, basically, because obviously United won 3-0, I think, against Forest. But yeah, it's not very optimistic prediction, but I mean, Newcastle are just better. Like, their bench is better than our players. Like, we can barely compete with these guys. We are lucky to go there at 1-0. And obviously, we're going to have to produce an absolute perfect performance to even get, I think, a win in general. And that win might not be enough to win the tie. So, it's a difficult one, but I just don't see us. I don't see us even getting close. So, my prediction is 3-0 to Newcastle. Which would obviously be a 4-0 aggregate loss. Yeah, I just don't see us improving at all. We just don't perform well. We create some chances, but we waste them regardless. Defensively, we could, like, I mean, Seth Maximin came on, hasn't played in whatever, he's not 100% sharp, and just rinsed us. Isaac came on, rinsed us. They was off the bench. Imagine if they started. Like, yeah, nah. I don't see us getting anywhere. But that's my preview for this game. Obviously, I'll be live 10 minutes before kickoff on this channel. I think it's at 8, right? So I'll be live at 7:50 for the watch along. Hopefully there might be some excitement. Might be some soul crushing shit happening. Like we scored an early goal, like holy shit, we can do this, and lose 5-1 or something. Imagine. Obviously, I'll put a community post up for voting for the results. So if you want to go there and have a vote, I'm guessing it's probably going to be upwards of 80% win for Newcastle. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.